Okay. Good morning to all. Well, so we have seen in the last session how to create the custom pipe, and I have shown you one or two examples on that. Now in today's session, we will see how do we work with the next one, that is what the custom directive. So how to create a directive and how we are going to use it, that we are going to understand. Generally, what is the purpose of the directive? What directive we have seen predefined? Tell me. NG model is a directive used for what? What is the purpose of NG model? Two-way data binding. Okay. Next. Any other? Any other? Tell me what directives we learned so far. I'm asking about predefined directives. What are the predefined directives we have seen? NG if, NG for, NG switch default, and also NG style, NG class. All these are the directives that we have seen so far as the part of the predefined directive. Suppose you have a custom requirement. The requirement is going to be, you wanted to create your own directive and you guys wants to apply at your own place. That means at application level, you guys wants to maintain some consistency. At app level, generally speaking, at app level, if you wanted to provide some consistency, then at that moment, what we are going to do is we use the custom directive. These are the directives. Okay. These are the directives which can be used to add custom behavior across the application. Okay, application for consistency. Whenever if you wanted to maintain the application with some consistency, then at that time we use what? Custom directive. Now what is a custom directive programmatically is, a custom directive is a class. Simply, this is also a TypeScript class which contains directive decorator, that what I can say. A custom directive is also a TypeScript class which contains directive decorator. That means it is also same. Yesterday we created a pipe. How do we create the pipe? By using which decorator we created a pipe? Pipe I used. If I wanted to create a component, then I use what? Component. Same way, when it comes to the directive also, a custom directive is nothing but a TypeScript class which contains at the rate directive decorator that what we are having. Now, how do I create? Let me show you with an example. Let's say I'll come to here. Now, maybe I'll go to my directives demo folder. Under that, we have an SRC. Under that, we have an app folder. And here in the app folder, I'm going to add a new folder with the name what? Directives is the folder that what I'm creating. Always try to remember, we should create like, the folder structure, which is very important. I will show you a sample application that I'm creating as the part of like, project oriented training. Let's say go to the data projects. Yeah. Now you see, I mean, before these batches, I used to take like, the project oriented training. Before like job guarantee program, I started here project oriented training batches where the people who have learned about like, all the technologies, then the next step is going to be the implementation in the project only, right? There I created a simple project, and if you can see how the folder structure is going to be, if you can go to this and then open with the command prompt, and there you can see how the folder structure is going to be. Now you can observe that we have like, the same folder, but if you can see that SRC folder, under that we have an app folder, and now you can see admin is like, one folder which contains admin related routing and admin related components that are required. And the same way, what are all the components are available, you can create it with the components folder. What are all the directives we are having, we can create with the directive. What are all the, let's say this is another module that is an employee related components, you can find it here, and then employee related routing over here, and also route guard, interceptor, and modal. That is what the contracts I have explained, right? All the contracts are available here. Custom pipes I created here, and also services and shared resources. If you wanted to create, you can. That means maintaining the folder structure is going to be one of the very important tasks for every developer. Because if some issue arises, then I need not to like, verify it in all the places. I'll straight away go to that particular module or that particular folder, and then I can provide the fix for that particular one. That is only the reason where I created these many folder, and maintaining the folder structure is very important. But we are not doing like any kind of projects right now. We are doing an examples. As I told you very beginning, we are not doing any kind of project, but I will share you this total project to you once if the course is done. Okay. Now here, that is what the reason. Create a separate folder. Now I am in the directives demo application, and in that application, under the tab folder, I created a folder with the name what? What is the folder name here? Directives is the folder name. Now here I'm creating a new class, and the new class file is going to be, let's say, custom dot, okay, directive dot. We have a file that is a TS file is available, and I'm going to open this particular file. Now, where you can apply the custom directive, you can apply the custom directive in any place. That's up to you. One time if you can create, you can apply it in anywhere. Now what I can do is, I'm going to create a simple component here, so that I'll right click and open with the integrated terminal, and where I can say ngg c for the component, and then custom directive component I'm creating hyphen skip hyphen test, I can say. Sorry, I'm using the command here. Very good. I'm using the command here. Please upload the notes. Am I not upload? No. I uploaded everything, right? Anil, I uploaded everything. Maybe you missed it. Let's say ngg c for the component. Let's have custom directive hyphen skip hyphen test, I can say. Now you can see, right? A component is created with the name custom directive, and I'll go to here and I just want to do something like maybe I can have a div tag where I can have the class that is going to be container is the class I can give, and I'm using a h1, and here I am writing welcome to custom directives. That what I can say. Generally, directives will perform two tasks. The first task is going to be what? What is the first task directive will perform? Either it will add or remove that element. To do that one, we have an ng if and ng if then else, and we have seen the content projection, and also we have seen ng for and ng switch that we have seen. Those are all what we call it as structural directive, which will be used to add or remove that elements. And the second type of directives are going to be what? Behavioral directive. Behavioral directive, what it will do, which will be add or remove the styles dynamically, right? Which is used to add or remove the styles dynamically. Now the requirement is going to be, I'm going to add a simple directive here, and the directive name is going to be my directive. That what I can say. Do you have like anywhere my directive is available? Tell me. Directives can be applied in three ways. Either you can have it as an element, or you can have it as an property of the HTML. That means these two that what we have seen, or else what you can do, you can use with the help of square bracket. Anything is possible. But now what I can do, I'm going to create a custom directive, and the name of the directive is going to be my directive, and I'm applying for what? This particular h1. But do you have like my directive anywhere defined? No, I haven't defined it anywhere. Now you can see the time when I run this particular project here, let me make this as going to be my startup, so that I'm selecting this particular selector and go to here, and there we have index.html, and in the index.html I'm going to write something like this, and after that whatever the class we are having, export class, let me give it in my app module, so that I can give it like this. Now I'm going to run this particular project. So how do I run the project? How do I run the project? ng -o -- project is equal to, let's give directives demo, that what I can give, so that automatically that will get executed. Now you can see that output. We will be having a simple error here. Right. Now you see, when I'm executing it, welcome to the custom directive, right click and go to that inspect, and in the console you can see we have a h1 and my directive is available. But right now, do you find any difference here? Do you find any difference here in the text? No, I don't have any difference. Suppose let's say for everywhere, whenever if I apply this my directive, then I wanted to change the background color of it. That is my requirement. Understood? Or else I just wanted to apply some font property, or else I wanted to apply some color properties, that what I just wanted to give. Understood? That is what my requirement. So how I can do that one? To do that one, what you can do is we will be getting what? Creating a simple custom directive. As I told you, when I say about custom directive, custom word, if you can listen, then that is purely based on your requirement. Okay, it doesn't mean that like, you should follow the same, but approach is important. Yesterday also the same thing. When I say about the pipe I'm taking, I guess reverse pipe is the one. And also I modify like, the string by appending Mr. or Miss based on the gender. But Srikanth, are we getting the same requirement in the real time? Means no. I can't say that, because it's all purely based on your project requirement, the custom behavior is. But you should understand, you should be in a position to identify the custom requirement logic, and then you can write it. That is where Understand the concept. That's it. Don't need to follow that example. That not even me, even in Google, you can find like lot of example. It doesn't mean that like, we will be having the same examples in the real time. But like, there the concept is important. Now, what I told you, the first thing is going to be whenever if you wanted to create a directive, then we should import what? Directive. Where it is available? It is available under the @ Angular / core library. That is the first one. And the second one is going to be every directive which comes with a decorator, and the decorator is going to be what? Directive that we are having, and then you can give here name of the directive. Okay, so let me give selector. Generally, we will be giving the selector. With what name we wanted to give, you can give the name that what you guys wants to use. Now, what is my selector name here? My directive is the selector name. And after that, every directive, as I told you, it is going to be a class, so that what I can do, my custom directive, that what I can say, my custom directive, that what I can say. This is what we call it as a custom directive class. What we are having, one import statement, and then following with what? @directive, decorator is available, and the third one is going to be one export class is available. And as I told you, if you can remember, yesterday we created what? Pipe we created. But any angular element, if you can create, and that must be the part of any of the module, until unless if it is a standalone. If it is a standalone, no need to register in anywhere. But I am not going to discuss anything about the Angular 16 features right away. First, we will understand what features we are having. So that is the reason. Now what I can do, I am creating it as an individual directive. Now what I am doing, whatever the directive I created here, that directive we must have to register in a module. So that is the reason I am giving the directive over there. Once if we can give it and then import, then we don't have any issues. Okay. Seriously, you're asking this question, Anil. We are almost ready to close. Now again, if you are asking what is decorator means, I can't do anything. Means like you people are not reading the notes. Okay, this is the third session or fourth session. Okay, fourth session notes. Now here you can see, if you can just come back here. Create a TypeScript class with the decorator. What decorator it is? @component decorator. Now you can see programmatically a component is a TypeScript class which is having the decorator that is @component. What a decorator will do? Decorator will contain the metadata about the Angular element, which is used to differentiate the TypeScript classes and create the Angular element. When I have explained that, the time when we start the first example of the component, right? Then only I explained. Now again, like, we are at the end. Again, if you are asking the same question, means I don't know what to say. Okay. Any decorator you can take which contains the metadata. That means the relative data, relevant data about that Angular element. If you can create a pipe yesterday, the pipe will contain one metadata item. That is what we call it as the name of the pipe, right? In the same way, here today I created a custom directive and which contains one decorator, that is @decorator. What it is going to be, the decorator that marks a class as an Angular directive. You can define your own directive to attach the custom behavior to the elements in the DOM. That means if you wanted to add any custom field or custom functionality, there you can use that particular one. Now, the next one is going to be, I just wanted to add the custom behavior to this particular H1 tag, right? Yes or no? Now, how to get that particular one? How to get that particular H1 tag? Okay, that means wherever I have applied for this particular one, we need to get that particular element. To do that one, we use a class, that is what we call it as a element ref is available. Element ref is available. What it is going to be? It is a class. It is a class which is used to get the reference of the HTML element, I can say. Element where the directive, has been applied. Now here in this case, I have a simple H1 tag where I have applied like this. Now I am using the paragraph, and in the paragraph I am writing something like this. This is my paragraph that what I am having, and I just wanted to get the reference of that particular one. Okay, now here this is some dummy text that what I have given, okay, into my paragraph. And for this one also I wanted to apply the directive. What is the directive? My directive. Now what is our requirement? Wherever your directive, your custom directive is applied, if you people wants to get the directive reference, that means the element reference, then we will be using a class. What is the class name here? What is the class name here? Element ref is the class name. Now what I can do, I am going to use a constructor, and where I can define it, so that this is what the dependency injection. I'll explain you clearly how the dependency injection will work in the service concept. But at this moment, what I can do, I am going to write element ref something like this. This is how it is going to be. What I am doing, I am just creating an object of my class, and the class is going to be element ref. Where this element ref is available? At the rate Angular / core is the library. Now what it will do? It will get the reference of the element where the directive was applied. Now here what I can do, I am going to do something like this dot element ref dot. We have a native element dot. Now I just wanted to apply the style dot, let's say background color, that what I can give. I just wanted to give the background color is going to be, let me give yellow if I am giving, and save this application, and you can see. Okay, background color, correct only. Background color only, correct only. Now you can see when I am giving, otherwise maybe. Now you can see, am I able to get the background color or not? Now what this element ref will do? This will get the reference of the element where you have applied. Suppose I am just removing it, and then you can just come back here. Now this time it will get the reference of only the H1 tag, right? Yes or no? Suppose when I am giving this particular directive over here and save it, and then you can come back here. Am I able to get it or not? Yes or no? This is what the custom directive behavior generally. That means if you wanted to maintain a custom functionality that you wanted to maintain with some consistency, that means wherever I have applied. No, Anand. Okay. So wherever we have used, wherever if you wanted to give, then at that time you can use. Suppose let's say if you people wants to give with some dynamic in the sense, let's say I have a requirement whenever if user keep mouse on here. Now let's see, I'm going to write a simple, let's say this is how, like, my paragraph is going to be. Whenever if user has keep mouse on here, I just wanted to apply some, or else I wanted to increase the font size from 2 pixel to 10 pixel, or else I wanted to apply some 30 pixel font, that what I wanted to give. Okay, if that is what your requirement, whenever user keep mouse on there, then you wanted to give. Whenever user remove the mouse, then you want to give. Do we have any predefined directive to do that one? Okay, did you understand the requirement? Anil, now you can do. Now you can understand. By using an ng style or ng class, we can apply the styles. That's okay. But did you find any directive? Whenever user keep mouse on here, the font size will grow. Whenever user remove, the font size will shrink. Did you find any directive? Did you find any directive so far? No, obviously we don't have. Can we do that by using ng style and ng class? Answer is no, we cannot. Obviously we cannot do that. If that is a case, like how we can do that, then you can write your own. That means you can create your own custom. But at that moment, the element that what we are having, this should understand some events, right? It should understand that events are not. So to do that one, to understand that event, we will be using another one. That is what we call it as host listener, I guess. Okay, we use what? Host listener. Now what this will do is, it is used to understand the events for the element where the directive applied. Where the directive applied? Okay, where the directive is applied, we will be giving it over there. So how I can do that one? Let's say I'll be coming back here to the custom directive. Now instead of doing this particular one, I'm just creating like this. Okay, leave about it. I'm just writing something like this. Okay, I'm just writing something like this. Now I'm creating like this. Now what I can do is I'm going to use host listener is available. And this host listener, what I can do, whatever the event you wanted to apply, you can give it over there. Now what event you wanted to apply? Let's say I'm giving the mouse over event, and at that time, what function you guys wants to call, that you can decide. Now I'm going to write something like on mouse over is the function, or else on mouse enter, like any name you can give. That's up to you. Whatever the name you wanted to give, you can give it over there. And this time you see this dot element ref dot native element dot. Let's say I'm going to give something like, let's say same background color is going to be, I'll be giving, maybe I can say blue color, that what I can give, and save it, and then come back here. The time when I keep my mouse on here, just let's go to that inspect, and there we have the console. Now refresh that application once again. Now why it is not applied? The heart module replacement disabled, live reloading is disabled, overlay. Angular is running under the dev mode. Why it is? Okay. Now you can right click and inspect. We have my directive. Okay. Whenever I'm giving a value, then okay, I'll be using one. Let's say at the rate input, that what I can create. Just give me 1 minute. I created long back, so that is where I'm just verifying by myself. Background color. Let's save it and then come back here. No, mouse over. Mouse over. Declares the DOM listen for and provides the handler method to run when that event, and invoke the supplied handler method, and host element emits to the specified. If the handler method return false, apply the prevent default on the bound element. Okay. It's a custom directive. Mm. Uh-huh. The issue is with this one style. I may not be used it. Just give me a minute. No need to follow this. And then I'm writing an LO here. Now you can see this time I'm saving it and then come back here. Am I able to get it or not? You see there. When I keep my mouse on here, then automatically I'm able to get it or not. Because all these are the DOM property, everything is available under the style object. That means this dot EL stands for that element reference, and in that I'm going to get the native element, and for that element I'm giving what? The style, and the background color is going to be yellow. Like that you can apply like any event. Maybe I can say I'm going to use in place of mouse over, let's say mouse out, that what I can give, and here you can write with any name. I'm just writing on mouse out. Whenever user removes the mouse, then I just wanted to give something like the background color is going to be, let's say, black I can use. Shrikant, can we apply like multiple? Yes, you can do that. Now, if you wanted to apply the simple color, then you can give, maybe I can say the black here, and then I just wanted to write it here. Maybe I can apply the color as going to be, let's say, yellow, that what I can give. And save this application once, and then you can just come back here. Right now, when I apply like my directive, am I find any kind of styles for this H1? See there. Do you find any styles here? No, we don't have. But you see, the time when I keep my mouse on here, background color yellow and the color is black, both are applied or not? Tell me. Yes or no? You can see. When I keep my mouse on here, then background color yellow and the color is going to be, the font color is black. When I remove it, then it will be changed. Now, this kind of behavior you wanted to apply across your application headings. Okay, that means in every page I have a heading, and some people they can define with the help of H1, and some people they can define the heading with the help of H2, and some places we have the H3 like that. Then how you can maintain with some consistency? Not only that, suppose let's say I just wanted to add, we can write inner texts are inside a DOM element. Yes, we can do that also. See, that is where I'm telling you, custom behavior means you can do whatever you want. Don't ask me inner text can I write, because like I will show you DOM properties for H1 tag. When I say about the DOM properties for the heading object, and you can see these many are available. Okay, align is the one property, and the standard DOM properties. Okay, just a minute. JavaScript DOM properties for H1. When I go to here, let's say, you can see these are the property: access key, align, all, base URL. Okay, clear, client height, draggable, filter. I cannot explain like all these things, right? See, these many are available. And again, internally also we have few more. Not even this one. There is a property that is what we call it as style property is available. PQRS. Now, if you can go to the method, and then events, if you can go, these many are available. And the style property, you see there, style property. Suppose let's say you guys wants to add a border. Now when I click on here, now you can see border hyphen style is available. Border style property, these many are available. What it is? It is going to be the border that what we are having. You can apply border color, border style. Okay, these many you can apply. How I can explain? That is where I told you learning JavaScript is required whenever if you wanted to do the custom requirement. We have the property, method, event, and style property. I'm just writing like, the background color here. But if you wanted to give like any other, then you can give it over there. Sets are retrieve the 3 separate border properties in a shorthand form. Now, if you can just open the border, there you can see it will show you something like this. This is how it is going to be. What you can apply, let's say I wanted to give the border style, then you can give these many property. Border width, if you wanted to give, you can give this property. Like that it is going to be. Understood? So this is how it is going to be. That means this we can achieve through CSS. I can't say like, okay, if CSS hover effect is not there, then everything you can do by using Java, right? Why you are learning Angular? Tell me. Everything you can do with the help of Java or not? Everything. Whatever I'm doing right now, I can do everything with Java, even though I don't know. But why you are learning Angular? Performance. Obviously the performance. Okay. Okay. You told me like, the CSS effect that what I can apply for this particular one. Okay. What you can do, you write the CSS. For which tag you are writing, Anil? The CSS? For which tag? For which tag? H1. Do you have any guarantee that everyone is using H1 for the heading? I use the paragraph as the heading by setting some font, right? Then how you can apply the style? Are you going to write one more time? Understood what I am saying? That means we don't have, okay, ID you can take. You can have the unique identity for every element. Okay, every element. One time if you can write it's okay. But in my whole application, I'm going to apply this effect for different tags. Not even for one tag, different tags. And wherever it is required, I just wanted to straight away apply. Then how you can do that? What is that answer for that? Right. That means, see, that is what I told you. Don't learn that example. When I say about custom pipe or custom directive, don't learn about like, that example. Learn the concept. That is important. Shrikant, why you have applied only for this one means this is the simplest way where you can understand the concept. Understand the concept. Now I can show you at project level what custom directives I have created. Now you can just see here. I'll show you a simple scenario. Maybe, yeah, you can see here. Let me open the command prompt and where I can go with code space dot I can use. And you can see the custom directive. When I go with the directive and you can see alert dot directive dot ts, that what I am having. Now, generally, what is the purpose of this one, which is used to display the alert message to the user. Generally, when I say about the alert message, across that application, alerts are like, in a proper way, right? Suppose, let's say in page 1, I'm getting the alert, something like, let's say, I have a login page, man. When user has entered the username and password, if the password and username are incorrect, I'm getting an alert message, something that username and password is incorrect, right? Now, same kind of consistency I wanted to maintain across that application. Then for every page, I don't want to write the styles. I don't want to write like, any kind of logics again and again in order to display that alert. Instead of doing that, what I can do, I'm going to get the reference, and to that particular reference, now you can see I'm applying role equal to alert. Now what classes I wanted to apply, you can see I'm going to apply the classes alert danger, that what I wanted to give, and alert transition, and the transition is going to be 0.5. Once if the alert come within some time, then it has to like, fade out. Otherwise, if it is going to be visible like, continuously, then that is the hectic process. So that is where what I am doing, I am creating a new element here and I am setting the properties. Now this is my requirement. What the host listener will do, it will whenever like, mouse enter, then I'm going to execute this one. Whenever user leave, then I'm going to leave it. This is my alert directive. So across my application, whenever like any alert comes, then what I can do, I'm going to use this particular one. What it is? App hyphen alert, that what we are having. You can add any number. That's up to you. How many element, I mean, host listener mean, that's up to you. Now you can see, I'll be taking this and then control shift F I can give. And when I use that app alert, now you can see in the login, am I using it or not? See this? At the same time, you can observe that app hyphen alert. Now, whenever the login error comes, I'm going to display that alert message. Now, this is the div where I'm displaying the error. And at the time of displaying the error, I'm going to follow some standard. That standard, I defined it over here in a custom directory. Not even that. Now you can see client location, otherwise, let's say repeater. Okay, team size validator. Now I have a requirement. This is the second requirement. At project level, this is the requirement. What is this requirement will do is, now whenever user has entered like, a value within the text bar, the value must be multiplied with 5. Okay, across that application level, whenever if I am taking the team size must be multiplied with 5. That is what my requirement. How you can write that custom logic? If it is team size is 5, then only I'll add the member. Otherwise, I don't want to add in my project. That is my requirement. How I can do that? First, I'm going to take the value from the user. And then what I can do? Current value. And I'm going to validating it. And based on that, I'm going to display that is going to be visible or not. Okay, these are all the custom requirement that what I'm trying to provide in order to work on the project. But here, like, I can't explain that related project. Project level, it is different. But if you can follow the structure, how like, the custom directive, it is a class. It comes with what? At the rate, directive is the decorator or not. And it comes with a custom logic. That custom logic is based on your requirement. That you need to understand. Clear now? That you need to understand. Because this is an example where you people can easily understand. Now here what you need to understand, how to get the reference of the element. So how to get it? By using which class? Element ref is the class. And the second one is going to be, how do I apply the events dynamically? To do that one, which one we are using? Host listener. And whatever that event you wanted to apply, at that time, what you are going to do, that you can define it over here. Understood? This is important for you. It's not about that example. If someone says, okay, follow this example, then you will work on the real time mean, don't believe. Okay, don't trust them. That's wrong. Always it is wrong. When I say about the custom behavior, it's purely based on your requirement. Can we apply multiple custom directives to a tag? It is not at all possible, because like, suppose for this particular one, if I'll be giving, let's say ng if is equal to, maybe I can give true or false here. Okay, if I'm giving true or false, now you can see, you can just come back here. This is how it is going to be. Suppose let's say when I'm giving ng false, if I'll be writing and save this application, now you can see it is not displayed. But the same thing, if I created another directive and if I'm giving it, then is it possible? This is a predefined directive and this is a custom, so that it is working. Suppose let's say what I want to do, I'm going to write an ng if is equal to, let's say true I can give, and at the same time ng for is equal to let item, okay, of or something, maybe I can give x. Now you see we are getting an error. What is that error we are getting? Read that error. Cannot have multiple template bindings in one element. That means it is not at all possible whenever if you can have two directives for a single element. If you can have multiple, then it will throw you an error. But you can have a custom directive following with what? Predefined directive. That is fine. Or else two custom directives if you wanted to have, you can add that one also. That is also possible. But the two predefined directive, you cannot add it. If you can add, then obviously it will throw you an error. At the compilation only, it will throw you an error. And based on that, you can move forward. Clear na? Clear about this? Tell me. Any questions still? Any questions? Simple concept. I am not sure like why I forgot it, but it's very simple concept how to create the custom directive. Okay. How many listeners? We can have multiple. I told you already. Any number. How many I have here? How many I have here? If I am writing 2 means, then definitely it accepts third one, right? Then what is the question? What is native element? Native element is an object of the element that what we are having. Maybe I can do one thing. Let's say console.log I can give this dot element reference dot native element. When I am giving, it will show you all the properties. You can see that. I'll come back here. Now right click and go to that inspect, and in the console window you can see when I keep my mouse on here, it will get the reference of the element or not. Yes or no? You can see that native element will get what on which element, like the directive has been applied, that you can get it over there. Can we do it soon? If yes, then you can do, Anupam. Okay. So native element will get the reference of it. Okay, a reference of it. If you wanted to get the reference, there you can do that particular one. You can see that H1 we are getting, that is what the native element. Suppose let's say if I'll be writing, let's say style here and save it and then come back here, then it will get like all the styles that are available. You can see these many styles that what you can apply. If anyone wants to learn, you can learn that also. These many styles you can apply. See how many are there. Understood? These many styles. What you guys wants to apply, you can try that one as well. That's up to you. If you wanted to get like, the zoom in effect, now you can write a CSS zoom in effects, you can say, and you can see whenever if user has keep mouse on here, then zoom in, zoom out is applied. Now what CSS properties they have written? You can see they have written what? Transform scale is going to be this one. Okay, it is 1.5 or something, that you can just copy that and you can apply that particular property. This dot element reference dot native element, I can say dot, you can give the transform is equal to, you can apply the scale property, and for that one you can just so you can apply the scale property, or else let's say how to apply scale property using DOM. How to apply? Here you can find style dot transform rotate. Okay. Now this you can give with the double quotation. Transform, I guess. Nothing is there. MS transform is nothing but we have browser specific few properties are available, and those properties. Now I'll be using style dot. Perfect. Now you can save it and then come back here and try it. Is it fine? Zoom in. Okay, don't ask me how to zoom out again. Again, if you ask, then what I can do? What I can do? Copy paste. Don't you get it in Google the way how I am getting? Yes or no? I am not paying anything to the Google, right? Okay, show only content to me, don't show others. I'm not saying anything. If that is a requirement, what I can do? Suppose I wanted to apply this, then what I can do? This is the property. What property it is? Style dot transform. This is how it is going to be. I'll copy that and I'm going to keep it over here. This dot element ref dot native element dot style dot. Okay, style dot. What I can do? Transform is available. What I'm trying to do? Rotate some 20-degree or something. When I go to here and then keep mouse on here, it is zooming. When I remove, then that is applied or not. Because I'm a human, I have very less brain. I don't want to remember all this style. If you wanted to really remember, I told you only the style object is having these many. You see, these many are there. You can remember by tomorrow. Only style object this is, but still we have lot of property. As I told you, if you really wants to remember, you can go ahead. But for my place, what I am doing, Srikanth, without knowing how you manage me, I have Google support. Because I'm a developer, I'm doing some R&D. I'm not into the training where I can remember only few classes, I can show that example and I can live. I'm not a pure trainer, I'm a developer. I know when the requirement comes, how to behave. That's it. If you wanted to become a trainer, then learn everything. Each and every individual thing you can learn. But we all wants to become what? Developer. No need to learn like everything. Whatever you required, you can learn and you can. What are other properties are like style? We have many, I guess, just give me a minute. There is one property where we can get the DOM things. DOM dot get element by ID. We have the native element, right? Native element dot. The problem is DOM is not giving. One second. How to see DOM properties? How to do the DOM manipulation? Class list, style set property, element ref. Element ref only will be used. View child is also native element. There is some methods are available. Renderer 2. I'm not sure, but for that, we have an answer. Element ref, we have an answer for that, how we can see all the list of item. I'll just check and update you on that. Let me go to here. In the console, we have the H1 like this, right? Add attribute, remove. I didn't remember exactly, but we have a way where we can easily understand, for which element it has been applied, that we can get it. I'll just verify and I'll get back to you on this. Document dot, let's say, get element by ID I can give. Document dot get element by ID. Suppose let's say ID is equal to H heading 1. I can give, and we have like this. console.log, save it and then come back here. And also I'll stop this and then come back here. No, it is showing me like this. It is getting. Mm, okay, I'm not sure about that, but I will definitely give you how do we fetch all that events. I mean, all the properties that what we are having for an element we have an approach. Uh, I don't think so. This is not working means dot when I use that attribute node. No, it will show you that dot comment entity text node access key. You can see, maybe you can find it from here also. All these are the DOM properties only. Autofocus, you can see blur child node. I guess children, no, children close list directive. Not this one. No. There is a property data set draggable focus. Get element has attribute hidden ID. Inner mode is last child matches. All these are the DOM properties only. You can find if you want here. Otherwise, you can find there also. Scroll left. Title content. No. I'll just tell you how we can find it also. Don't worry. But this is the way. We can have a document object and you can find that particular element. And then you can display all that. Whatever you guys required, you can just use it so that automatically it will be displaying all the property. Now this total, whatever we have written here is the replacement of what? This one. el.native element is there, right? Now generally in the JavaScript, we will be using like this, document.get element by ID or something. But here we can find that element in different ways. But if you can give the native element, then automatically it will get the element reference where the directive has been applied. That is how it is going to be. But about this one, definitely there is a way. I'm not getting right now, but I'll just explain you how we can see all the property. But how I'm following, I'm telling you, I just Google it. I'm doing the Google. Whenever the requirement comes, I simply do the Google, and whatever it is required, I'll copy that and add that into my application. That's it. Nothing apart from that one. That is required, obviously. Because remembering, you see, how many, suppose if I'm giving this one also, how many values you can remember, tell me. These are only for transform. Only for transform, these many values are available. But like that, even in style, you can see transform box. All these are what we are having. You can see outline, offset. You can see there are lot of properties are available, and it is not at all possible to remember these many. That is where I'm telling you better, you can do the Google whenever the requirement come. But what you need to understand, how to create a custom directive, that is important. Clear na? So that's it for the day. We will continue tomorrow, and tomorrow we will start working with forms implementation. And please be here by 9 o'clock sharp. As I told you, Monday and Tuesday we have 1 hour of session, but still people are coming till 9:15. That means how much time you will spend here then? 45 minutes only, right? That is where at least try to be here by sharp 9. One request if possible. Then at the end of the class, can you speak or write? Okay. Okay, that's it for the day. I'll upload this in classroom. Thank you and have a nice day.